Most people over 60 know that bones naturally get weaker with age. But here's the part that almost no one talks about. It's not just about calcium, vitamin D, or exercise. There's another factor that quietly steals your bone strength every single day. And that factor is sugar. Now, you might be thinking, I don't eat much candy or dessert anymore. But the truth is, sugar hides in foods you'd never expect, from your morning breakfast to your so-called healthy snacks. And when sugar sneaks into your daily diet, it does more than just raise blood sugar. It actually speeds up bone loss. How? High sugar intake increases inflammation in the body. That inflammation interferes with the way your bones rebuild themselves. It also pulls important minerals, like calcium and magnesium, away from your bones, making them weaker over time. And here's the scary part. You don't feel this happening. Your bones don't ache immediately after eating something sugary. The damage is slow, silent, and often only shows up years later, when a small fall leads to a serious fracture. But here's the hopeful news. Avoiding sugar completely is not the answer. You don't have to cut out every sweet taste or live on bland food. Instead, you need to recognize the 4 worst high-sugar foods that most people over 60 still eat on a weekly, sometimes even daily basis. These are the foods that do the most damage to bone strength. And the best part, for every one of these bone robbers, there's a simple, delicious swap that actually protects your bones instead of weakening them. These swaps are backed by doctors and nutritionists. They're easy to find at any grocery store, and they don't take away from the joy of eating. So in this video, we're going to uncover the 4 worst high-sugar foods for your bones after 60 and the 4 smart swaps you can make today. If you care about staying active, walking without fear, and keeping your independence for as many years as possible, you'll want to stay with me until the end, because by the last swap, you'll realize that protecting your bones is not about restriction. It's about making smarter choices that taste just as good and keep you stronger for life. Let's start with one of the foods that seems harmless, but quietly works against your bones. Every single morning, sugary breakfast cereals. Many people over 60 keep this habit from younger years, believing cereal is a quick, light, or even healthy choice. But the truth is, most cereals, even the ones labeled whole grain or fortified, contain so much added sugar that they do more damage than good. Here's why this matters. When you pour that bowl of flakes or puffs, you might think you're fueling your body, but in reality, you're flooding it with sugar. Just 1 cup often has 10 to 15 grams of added sugar. And let's be honest, most of us don't stop at 1 cup. That sugar spike doesn't just raise blood glucose. It also sets off inflammation, and inflammation interferes with your body's ability to rebuild bone tissue. Over time, this repeated pattern leaves bones thinner, weaker, and more vulnerable to fractures. And here's the trick many food companies use. They sprinkle in a bit of calcium or vitamin D and call the cereal fortified, but sugar cancels out the benefits, while the refined grains leave you without the real nutrients like protein, magnesium, and fiber that bones and muscles need. So instead of protecting you, that morning cereal quietly undermines your bone health day after day. But here's the hopeful part. You don't need to give up a tasty breakfast. You simply need to swap what's in your bowl. A powerful alternative is plain Greek yogurt topped with fresh berries. Unlike cereal, Greek yogurt gives your body protein essential for maintaining both muscle and bone. It's also rich in probiotics, which improve gut health, helping your body absorb calcium more effectively. And when you add berries, you're not just adding natural sweetness. You're giving your bones antioxidants to calm inflammation and vitamin C to help produce collagen, the flexible framework inside bones that keeps them from becoming brittle. Now imagine this. Instead of a crash and burn sugar rush, your morning starts with a creamy, filling bowl of yogurt, bursting with the natural flavor of blueberries or strawberries, maybe sprinkled with nuts or seeds for extra crunch. It feels indulgent, but it's deeply nourishing, and every spoonful supports your bones instead of stealing from them. So here's your first step. Tomorrow morning, skip the cereal box. Take 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Add half a cup of fresh or frozen berries and a sprinkle of walnuts or chia seeds if you'd like. That's it. a simple swap that gives your bones strength rather than weakness. And remember this, it doesn't matter if you've been eating cereal for 40 years, your bones don't keep score of the past. They only respond to what you feed them today. And every smart choice you make now helps secure your strength, your balance, and your independence for the years ahead. Now let's move on to the second food, or rather, drink that quietly robs bones of their strength. Sodas and sugary beverages. This one may not surprise you at first, but what most people don't realize is just how damaging these drinks are, especially after 60. Think about it. A can of soda contains up to 10 teaspoons of sugar. That's a sugar bomb hitting your system in minutes. But the problem isn't only sugar. Many sodas also contain phosphoric acid. When there's too much phosphorus and not enough calcium, the body pulls calcium out of your bones to restore balance. Over time, that leaves your bones weaker and more brittle. And it's not just cola. Sweetened iced teas, flavored lemonades, so-called energy drinks, and even some bottled fruit. Juices can pack more sugar than a candy bar. You sip them to quench thirst, but your bones pay the hidden price. What makes this worse is that sugary drinks don't make you feel full. So it's easy to consume far more sugar than you realize, all while washing vital minerals out of your system. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up refreshing drinks. You just need to choose smarter ones that hydrate your body and protect your bones. One of the simplest swaps is sparkling water with a splash of citrus or berries. It gives you that same fizzy satisfaction of soda, but without the sugar or phosphoric acid. Add a squeeze of lemon or orange, and you not only get flavor but also a boost of vitamin C essential for collagen production in bones. Another great option is unsweetened herbal tea. Chamomile, hibiscus, or rooibos can be enjoyed hot or cold, and they're naturally free of sugar. Some even contain antioxidants that reduce inflammation, giving your bones extra support. For those who miss juice, diluting 100% fruit juice with sparkling water is a simple way to cut sugar in half while keeping the flavor. Now imagine this. Instead of reaching for a can of cola that secretly drains calcium from your bones, you pour yourself a tall glass of sparkling water with fresh lime and a few slices of strawberry. It looks beautiful, it tastes refreshing, and instead of pulling minerals out, it supports your body's balance. Here's your action step. The next time you feel like grabbing a soda or bottled sweet tea, pause. Fill your glass with sparkling water, add fruit or herbs, and give it a try. Do this for 1 week, and you'll notice not only fewer sugar cravings, but also more steady energy throughout the day. And every single time you choose this swap, you protect your bones from the silent erosion that sugary drinks cause. Remember, your bones don't weaken overnight. It happens sip by sip, choice by choice. But that also means strength can return the same way, one smart swap at a time. And trading soda for sparkling water or herbal tea is one of the most powerful steps you can take to keep your bones strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The third bone-weakening food often surprises people because it hides behind the label of being healthy. I'm talking about flavored yogurts and so-called healthy snack bars. These products are marketed as convenient and smart choices. But if you look closely at the label, you'll often see the first or second ingredient is sugar. Take flavored yogurt as an example. A single serving cup may contain 15 to 20 grams of added sugar. That's about 4 or 5 teaspoons. The strawberry or peach you see on the package, most of it comes from syrup or puree concentrate, not fresh fruit. So while you think you're supporting your bones with calcium, you're also feeding them something that quietly accelerates bone loss. Snack bars aren't much better. Many are glued together with honey, corn syrup, or brown rice syrup, which sound natural but act like sugar in your body. They give you a burst of sweetness, then leave you tired, inflamed, and with bones that can't rebuild properly. And because the box says energy, granola, or whole grain, many people eat them every single day without realizing the long-term damage. Here's why this is especially risky after 60. As we age, the gut becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients. That means we can't afford to waste bone-building opportunities on foods that pretend to be healthy. Every bite matters more, and every gram of hidden sugar pushes the balance toward weaker bones. But the good news is you don't have to give up yogurt or snacks. You simply need to choose versions that actually support bone health. The smart swap here is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt with real fruit, or nuts and seeds instead of bars. Plain Greek yogurt is packed with protein, lower in sugar, and a rich source of calcium. When you top it with fresh fruit, blueberries, raspberries, or even chopped apple, you're adding natural sweetness plus fiber and antioxidants. This combination not only satisfies your taste buds, it calms inflammation and supports collagen formation inside the bone. For snacks, carry a small pack of almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds. Unlike bars, these aren't dressed up with syrup. They provide magnesium, protein, and healthy fats, all crucial for bone density. And they actually keep you full, so you don't keep chasing another sugar hit. Now picture this. Instead of opening a yogurt cup that tastes more like dessert, you enjoy a creamy bowl of Greek yogurt topped with bright, juicy berries and a sprinkle of chia seeds. Or instead of unwrapping a sticky snack bar, you reach into your bag for a handful of nuts that leave you energized, not sluggish. Here's your action step. This week, skip the flavored yogurts and snack bars. Buy plain Greek yogurt. Pick up fresh or frozen fruit, and portion out a few small containers of nuts or seeds for when you're on the go. These swaps may feel small, but over time they build the foundation for stronger, more resilient bones. Remember, marketing may try to fool you with shiny labels and healthy claims, but your bones know the truth. Every spoonful and every bite is either weakening them or strengthening them. And with these smarter choices, you're firmly on the side of strength. The fourth food on our list isn't one you eat with a fork or spoon. It's the way many people start and end their day. I'm talking about sweetened coffee and tea drinks. For many over 60, a hot cup of coffee or tea is a daily ritual, a comfort, and plain coffee or tea in moderation can actually be fine. But the problem comes when we load it up with sugar, flavored syrups, or sweetened creamers. Think about your morning coffee. 2 teaspoons of sugar may not seem like much, but add that up over days, weeks, and years, and it becomes a steady drip of inflammation into your system. Flavored lattes, iced coffees, and bottled teas can carry an even heavier sugar load, sometimes 30 grams or more in a single serving. That's equivalent to 7 or 8 teaspoons of sugar in one drink. And here's why this is bad news for bones. First, the sugar itself sets off the same chain reaction. We've talked about blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and mineral loss. But second, coffee and tea naturally contain caffeine, which in high amounts can increase calcium loss in urine. When you combine caffeine with sugar, it's a double hit. Sugar disrupts bone rebuilding, while caffeine pulls more calcium out of the system. Over time, this weakens bones and increases the risk of fractures. But here's the hopeful news. You don't have to give up your favorite drinks. You just need to make them work for your bones instead of against them. The smart swap here is simple, unsweetened coffee or tea with natural flavorings. Instead of sugar or syrups, add a dash of cinnamon or a splash of vanilla extract. Both add flavor without adding sugar. If you like your coffee creamy, try a splash of milk or an unsweetened plant-based milk, which can add calcium instead of stealing it. For iced tea lovers, brew your own herbal or green tea at home and add slices of lemon or a few fresh mint leaves. You'll still enjoy the refreshing taste, but without the sugar overload. And if you truly need a little sweetness, try a small drizzle of honey, far less than what's in commercial drinks, and pair it with milk to balance the effect on bones. Now picture this. Instead of sipping a large caramel latte loaded with sugar and syrup, you're enjoying a warm cup of coffee with a hint of cinnamon, or a glass of iced herbal tea with fresh lemon. It still feels like a treat, but one that keeps your bones strong instead of silently wearing them down. Here's your action step. Tomorrow morning, take a moment before adding sugar to your cup. Try reducing it by half, or swapping it out completely for cinnamon, vanilla, or just a splash of milk. Do the same with your tea. Small changes like these may not feel dramatic, but over time they make a huge difference. And remember this, bones don't just weaken because of age. They weaken because of the choices we make day in and day out. Every teaspoon of sugar you skip, every healthier swap you make, adds up to stronger bones, fewer fractures, and more years of independence. Your daily cup can either drain your strength or become part of the routine that protects it. The choice is in your hands. We've already uncovered 4 of the sneakiest, most bone-robbing foods, and more importantly, we've seen 4 simple swaps you can start using right away. Now, before we move into your step-by-step action plan, I want to pause and ask you something. Have you ever noticed how sugar seems to sneak into your meals without you realizing it? Maybe in your morning coffee, your healthy snacks, or even in drinks you thought were harmless. If any of today's foods surprised you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Which one shocked you the most, and which swap do you think you could try first? Your feedback not only helps me understand your biggest challenges, it also shapes future videos, so we can tackle the health questions that matter most to you. And if you've found today's tips helpful so far, would you do me a quick favor? Just tap the like button. It tells YouTube this content is worth sharing, so more people over 60 can discover these bone-strengthening tips. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to Senior Vital Health. That way, you'll never miss the next simple, science-based guide to staying healthy, strong, and independent. All right, let's get back to it, because knowing which foods to avoid is just one piece of the puzzle. Next, I'll show you how to put all 4 swaps together into a simple daily plan that makes protecting your bones feel effortless. We've now identified the 4 worst sugar-filled foods for your bones: cereals, sodas, flavored yogurts and snack bars, and sweetened coffee or tea drinks along with their smart swaps. But here's the real key. Knowing is not enough. It's the daily routine, the little choices you make again and again, that determine whether your bones get weaker or stronger. So let's put it all together into a simple action plan you can actually follow. Start with breakfast. Instead of pouring a bowl of cereal, reach for a cup of plain Greek yogurt. Top it with fresh berries and a sprinkle of nuts or seeds. This one change gives you protein, calcium, probiotics, and antioxidants all in one bowl. For mid-morning or afternoon drinks, trade sodas and bottled teas for sparkling water or herbal tea with lemon. Keep a pitcher in the fridge, add some sliced fruit, and you'll always have something refreshing on hand that hydrates your body without draining your bones. When it comes to snacks, skip the flavored yogurts and packaged bars. Instead, portion out a small bag of mixed nuts or pumpkin seeds. They're easy to carry, satisfying, and deliver the magnesium and protein your bones need. And finally, with your daily coffee or tea, cut back the sugar. Try cinnamon, vanilla extract, or just a splash of milk for flavor. These small swaps add up. You'll still enjoy your morning ritual, but without the hidden damage. Now, here's how to think about it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't have to eliminate sugar entirely. The goal is progress, not perfection. If you can replace even 2 or 3 of these foods consistently, your bones will already feel the benefit. Over weeks and months, these swaps become habits, and habits are what protect you for the long term. Imagine this daily routine. You start the morning with protein-rich yogurt and berries. Sip refreshing, sparkling water through the day. Snack on nuts instead of sugary bars. And enjoy a comforting cup of tea with cinnamon instead of spoonfuls of sugar. These are simple choices, yet together they form a powerful foundation for stronger bones. So here's your action step. Choose one swap to start this week. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick the easiest one, maybe trading soda for sparkling water, or flavored yogurt for Greek yogurt. Once it feels natural, add another before you know it. Your whole daily rhythm supports bone health without extra effort. Remember, it's not one giant change that keeps you strong. It's the small, repeated steps. And by stacking these 4 swaps into your routine, you're building bones that will support you for years to come. Before we wrap up, let's clear up a couple of common myths about sugar and bone health. These are questions I hear all the time, and the answers may surprise you. Myth 1. Brown sugar or honey is better than white sugar. It's true that brown sugar and honey sound more natural, but when it comes to your bones, they act almost the same way as regular white sugar. They still cause blood sugar spikes and inflammation, which interfere with bone renewal. Honey does have tiny amounts of antioxidants, but not enough to cancel out the negative effects if you use it like regular sugar. So the key isn't switching from white to brown sugar, it's cutting down on added sugar overall. Myth 2. If I drink milk with my sweet foods, it balances out. Milk is rich in calcium, but unfortunately, it doesn't erase the harm caused by high sugar. Think of it this way: pouring calcium into your system while sugar is pulling minerals out is like filling a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. You may add a little, but you're still losing more than you gain. To truly support your bones, you need to reduce sugar and include calcium-rich foods. Myth 3. I'm too old to make a difference now. This one is the most important to bust. Research shows that even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, your bones can still respond to positive changes. Every healthier swap you make, whether it's choosing yogurt over cereal or water over soda, gives your bones a better chance to stay strong. It's never too late to protect your independence. So don't be discouraged by these myths. The truth is simple: less sugar, smarter swaps, stronger bones at any age. So let's recap. We looked at 4 common foods that quietly weaken bones after 60: sugary breakfast cereals, sodas and sweet drinks, flavored yogurts and snack bars, and sugar-loaded coffee or tea. And we replaced each one with a simple, bone-friendly swap: Greek yogurt with berries, sparkling water or herbal tea, nuts and seeds, and unsweetened coffee or tea with natural flavorings. The message is clear: sugar may be silent, but your choices are powerful. Each time you swap out one of these foods, you're giving your bones the strength they need to support you, whether it's for walking, gardening, or simply living with confidence and independence. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It helps more people discover these tips. Don't forget to subscribe to Senior Vital Health for more simple, science-based guides. And let me know in the comments, which swap are you going to try first? Your bones and your future self will thank you.